Welcome everyone back to North to Prem. In today's episode, we have two games in the Championship in our sixth season here at North to Prem. We're at home to Stoke, and then we are away to Cardiff. So for our first game of the episode, we are at home for our first game of the Championship season against Stoke. If I do sound a little bit nasally, it's because I've got a bit of a stuffy nose. Not really nasally, but a little bit of a stuffy nose. So if I sound a little bit different, that's what that is. But this is the thing we're going with. We covered it obviously at the end of the last episode, but we'll go over it again. We've got Britt making his debut in goal, the on loan Man City goalkeeper. We are trying to get in on a permanent. Then we're back four of Sorensen, Omabamidele, Hadashok making his debut, the youngster who came in from Czech Republic, the Czech League. Luke Thomas making his debut coming in from Wolves, a midfield two of Shea Charles, and our top goal scorer last season, Andrew Moran. Then an attacking midfield two of Gelves and Alanga on the wings, and then up top we've got Branch and Contreras, who formed a very nice little partnership last year. They haven't really linked up yet in terms of chemistry, but it's only a matter of time because they did start to really score goals. We have played the 4-2-3-1 pretty much the entire save so far, and it was really only the second half of the season we switched to this 4-2-4, and we were just really good in it, and it turned our fortunes around from like bottom mid-table to just outside the playoffs. We really probably should have got in the playoffs. It was very disappointing to lose it, and it was against Stoke that we lost. So hopefully we can go out today, and it looks very much a similar side to what we played against Stoke. They obviously didn't get promoted, so in the end it didn't really matter anyway, and I doubt we would have probably wouldn't have got promoted either. But it's still a shame that we couldn't have got in there, because it would have been fun to at least do them. But we actually won our opening game last season in the Championship 7-1 over Millwall, who I can see aren't in the league anymore, so they probably went down, which probably says more about them than us. But we would like to get off to this to a good start as well. And Branch clips it in for Kevin Contreras, and he gets his head on it, but I think he was just a couple inches offside, and the game is running a little bit choppy. I'm just going to pause it and turn a few things off, and hopefully you can get it running a little bit nicer. All right, so hopefully that helps it run a little bit better, because I had a couple things, just background process that were kind of running there. So hopefully turning those off makes it a little bit better, but it was a little bit choppy there. So hopefully it's not too bad for the rest of the episode, but we'll see. I mean, we haven't had a highlight yet. So a draw, to be fair, today would be okay. We would probably take that, because they're probably, again, one of those teams that you'd expect to finish a little bit higher up. But there you go. I do think the rain affects it, the performance of the game. But Stoke doing well to come forward there. A couple chances on the deflection, but the shot goes well wide. And to be fair, we're looking at Brits, but I haven't really seen anything of them. We haven't really seen too much of any of the new boys. To be fair, there's not a lot of them. This is probably the least debuts we've ever had at the start of a season. Just the three are all in the back line, really, including the goalkeeper. So it's not a lot, but we probably could have done with some up top. I think we are looking a little bit light in terms of attacking options. We are going to make a change, because Gelves has not had a great half, so we'll take him off. Let's give Amari Hutchinson a game, and the back line's done okay. Do we take Branch or Contreras off? We'll leave them on for now. They are both of those strikers. Those are who I want to be our strikers, to be fair, because they're young and I think they've got potential to become Premier League strikers, especially Branch, especially being homegrown at a club. That would be special. But I think Contreras might be able to get there as well, because I'm pretty sure he joined when he was 18. So that would be enough time to get him there if we kept him long enough. But Stoke do come in the attack, and Esprilla there cuts inside and just... it's actually a good block by Hadashok. I wasn't sure if it was, but he does get a block on it. I mean, he's done okay in his debut, come in and kept a clean sheet so far. But Stoke with one of those dodgy corners, and Josh Laurent, former Hartlepool man, all too familiar with him being very good. He's just put one in. I mean, that's just unfortunate. It's just kind of ping-ponged around the box, and we've just not been able to do anything with it. We'll make a change. We'll keep Contreras on, because he's probably the better of the two. I know he hasn't had the greatest start, but we'll bring... I mean, he's really not a pressing forward, is he? Is he just an advanced forward? Yeah. I mean, he's not a great one at that anyway. I mean, Alanga's one of our better players. I don't really want to take him off. Sorensen's having a poor game. We'll bring Juan Larius on the right back. And then... You know what? We'll just bring him on. I know he's not a pressing forward. Can Contreras play pressing forward? Yeah, we'll swap him round. We'll try that. Contreras is the pressing forward, And we'll put McKenzie coming on from his debut, the young South African. But I mean, if we get a loss here, it's not the end of the world. But it would be nice to get off to a good start. But I thought we were going to get a penalty there. But Larios goes down, but we didn't get anything. Contreras plays it through to Hutchinson, who squares it to McKenzie on his debut. He's about 5 yards out. Not even that. Not even 5 yards. And he can't finish. And I know there was a few bodies around, but Hutchinson has to just put it across the box as well. I don't know why he's taking the extra touch, because McKenzie was in space, and then by taking the extra touch, he was no longer in space. And Hadashok looks huge, doesn't he? He looks huge in the match engine. I don't know how big he is, but Larios plays it through to Hutchinson again, just shooting it over. He should be running in and cutting it inside and just playing it across the box. Not cutting inside, but just smashing it across the box and letting the strikers just tap it in. Instead, he's just trying to do too much. And he's getting a good rating for it, but I don't rate it. Just play a simple pass. You know what I mean? Just get down the line, get the byline. You don't even have to go right to the byline. Just get close enough to it, and then put it across the box for your strikers. And he's had a couple chances to do that there, and he hasn't really done it, which is a shame. But I was going to make a change, but we do look like we've got a highlight there as Juan Larios throws it in, and it's Batwa Larios who plays it to Hutchinson, who is brought down. Well, he was clipped enough, and it is a penalty. And I'm not sure who's actually our taker with all the subs. It's number 7, which is that Hutchinson? No, it's Andrew Moran, who was our top goal scorer last year, and he gets off to a good start this year with a goal for the first game. And it is a penalty, but he does get his first goal. We'll make a couple changes and hopefully try and grab a late winner. We'll take Shea Charles off as well because he's a little bit tired. And we'll leave the rest on because I don't think we can make any more changes as well. So we'll bring Lopez and Shea Charles on. And hopefully we can go and grab a late winner here because that would be nice. But we've looked the better side. That's not a question of it. It's just the worrying thing is the strikers, I think, because that was what was worrying us last year as well. But we seem to have we've done okay, and I'm glad that we've managed to at least take a point out of that. So a draw on the opening day. I mean, we lost 2-0 to Stoke in the last game last season, so it's an improvement. So for our second game of the episode, we are away at Cardiff. In between the games, we did play a League Cup fixture against Mansfield, who I think were of League 2. We only just narrowly beat them 1-0, but it was a heavily rotated side. We pretty much rotated every position where we could. Anthony Elanga was actually the one who came off the bench with like 20 minutes to go and scored. He actually played up front as well in that game in the 20 minutes he came on for. So that could be an option for us if we need it, if we are potentially short of strikers at any point, which we are a little bit at the minute with Ali Al-Hamadi out injured. But it is the same side that drew 1-1 with Stoke. Hopefully we can turn this game around. Well, not turn it around, but continue our unbeaten start of the season, to be fair, because 2 games in, we've not lost. So if we could keep that going, that would be more than good. But if we could get a win here and get ourselves really right up there, that would be ideal. Omabami Dele gets on the end of a Luke Thomas corner, but his header is over the bar. And Everton obviously down in the Championship as well, which is quite surprising, to be honest. I'm fully expecting them to go straight up, I guess. Other than that, it's pretty much very much it is kind of a championship league. There isn't really anyone in here that screams Premier League. They're all teams that could be in the Premier League, but very much could be in the Championship as well. As Sorensen does really poorly there, and I'm not sure what's going on, but for some reason this just seems to happen. Like some days the game just runs really badly when I'm recording, but then when I play it, it's fine. Like I was just played the Mansfield game and it ran fine. But then other times I'll record it and it just runs fine. But then nevertheless, but Alanga goes through there and unfortunately his chance hits the post. And this was a bad day to record because as you can hear, my nose is just getting stuffier and stuffier by the second. But hopefully we can push forward as Andrew Moran's his free kick effort hit the corner of the crossbar and went out for another corner. I've said corner about 4 times in like the past 10 seconds. I'm going to stop saying corner. Corner. Anyway, we don't make anything from the corner. Corner. And and it's gone out for another corner. Oh my God, it's corner city. It's just it's just constant. The word corner it doesn't even sound like a real word anymore. Anyway, it's whipped in. The corner is whipped in. It comes back out to Contreras, who hits it, and once again off target. And it's that goalkeeper called Fatty Junior. Is that a real person's name? That's incredible. I need to have a look at this. Fatty Junior. Are you a real boy? Oh, thank God he's not. He's not. He looks good though. On loan from Sporting. Fatty Junior. What a name. What a name. Is that Gift Orban up there? They've just got Wow, they've just stacked themselves with great. You know what? Let's just take a second to appreciate this Cardiff team. They've got Fatty Junior in goal. They've got a guy with 2 letters playing at right back. McGuinness, fun name. Is that Jamal Lascelles? It is Jamal Lascelles, 34-year-old Jamal Lascelles with 8 acceleration. Well, how are we not getting in behind him? I don't know. And then they've got Gift Auburn up top. I don't know if anyone else is funny in here. I mean, Baggin, that's kind of funny, but ours isn't really that funny. We've got a Branch playing up front. I guess that's kind of interesting, but other than that, yeah. Brits, who's British. I guess that's kind of funny. Not really, but they definitely win the funny name team. But we want to win the championship game as Gift Auburn, who we actually could have probably signed in the summer, but decided that he wasn't good enough. Nearly went and scored there. That would have definitely not been what. Why am I trying to make a sub in the first half? I'm not that kind of manager. Bloody hell, at least give him half. Christ. Anyway, 0-0 again. And I guess the good thing is we're not conceding lots. The bad news is we're not really scoring lots, and we did get off to a good run last year. So I don't know what the issue is. Gelver's really not doing it. We'll bring Amari Hutchinson on, who didn't look like he was that great when he came on last time, but he looked like he could have done something. We'll just say that. He looked like he could have done something more than we can say for these two. Hopefully when Ali Ahmadi comes in, he's very much a pressing forward. Like he thrives as a pressing forward, so hopefully he can come in and really do the business. But we're not looking great, are we? We are not looking great. And you know what? We played Anthony Langer up top. We're going to try it again. We'll chuck him up for Fabian Branch. Well, I think his probably just struggling a little bit being in the team too consistently. We'll bring Ivan Lopez on as well, who's got some big goals last year. He didn't score many, but when he did score, they were all like late winners. So hopefully he can do that again today. But again, we've looked the better side, but I was going to say we've just again we've gone 1-0 down, but we do look the better side, not by a lot. We've only had 3 shots on target, but I mean they've only had 1, so we still look the better side. It's just I feel like we're just lacking that out and out goal scorer. And we probably not creating enough. I mean we created plenty in the Stoke game and it relied on a late penalty to get us back. So we've not actually scored a goal from we scored in the cup. So yeah, but we don't look full of goals though, and I do think that is something we need to address. We tried to address it bringing in a striker, but he got injured. So I mean that's very poor from Shea Charles, but thankfully we've done really well with Moran and Charles both just getting in to recover it. Tell you what, Hadashok does not look uber comfortable on the ball, but Sorensen picks it up on the right-hand side. Can he get one in across the box? He does. It falls to Amari Hutchinson, but again, the shot's just blocked, and I just feel like we're really struggling to just get a clear shot at goal. Whipped in from the corner, and unfortunately Hadashok's attempt goes over the bar. We will make another substitution because Sorensen's looking a little bit tired, so we'll bring Juan Larios on. We'll bring Joe Bell on for Andrew Moran as well. Who is our only goal scorer in the league so far, but it was a penalty, so it doesn't really mean a lot. So we'll bring Sam Bell on as well, and hopefully that change can give us a little bit more energy and hopefully try to get us on the front foot a little bit more, because we don't seem to be able to make a chance that isn't just blocked out by like a million players, like getting a clear chance. But Bell does well just to stay in front of his man. Larius tries to play it front towards Contreras. It falls to Alanga. And that's where you want a striker's finish, and I just don't think Alanga's a proper striker, because that was not a striker's finish, and that's really disappointing. With 10 minutes to go, we will bring a proper striker on then. We'll bring McKetsy on. We'll once again throw Contreras more as a pressing forward and put McKetsy as the advance forward. And hopefully he can get a debut goal. That would be good. We had a bit of a tiff midweek actually, because he wasn't training very well, and I told him that, and he kind of kicked off and said that he's training perfectly well. He's not. His attributes are all going down, so he's definitely not training well. But I mean, that is a very boring second game. A 0-0 draw away, 2 draws in the league, 1 goal scored. XG. I mean, well, look at the XG. Hopefully Ali Ahmadi can come in and start putting some of these chances away. But I'm a little bit disappointed with that one, actually. So 2 goals scored in 3 games, 2 goals conceded in 3. No, only 1. To be fair, 1 goal conceded in 3, because we didn't concede against Mansfield. So there you go. So, and I guess a late transfer in the episode. Yeah, Will Fish is on his way out because we have a centre-back coming in. Hopefully, if we skip forward, if we progress a little bit, hopefully we'll see him come in. We play Swansea. We're first next. I'm going to do that off camera. great. I'm pretty sure we've got someone coming in. I don't want you. Go away. You've seen behind the scenes now. Yeah, Will Fish. He's gone on his way to Mainz for 3.4 million. Again, it was just a decent offer for a player. He's just a backup centre back. So we've got our eye on another centre back, and hopefully in a couple continues. Who are you? I don't want you. Fine, just let it go. I'll just let it go through. The director of football. Who are you? Oh, he's one of the. Yeah, we're looking at. There's a couple Colombian youngsters who have contracts ending in January, so we're trying to bring those in. I'm going to keep continuing because I want to show you that there's a reason I've sold Will Fish. It's because I'm bringing in another centre back. I'm not just crazy. I'm not just going to leave myself with 2 centre backs all season. Right, but we got the young goalkeeper, so he's coming in. What if I wanted to buy him now? How much do you want? That's not bad, 160. I might just bring him in just to actually. Yeah, you know what? Yes, I will, because the reason why is because he's 18 and he probably won't be 18 in January. So the reason being, if we bring him in now, he can just chill in the under 21s, and eventually he can become homegrown at club. So he can just be our homegrown at club goalkeeper. Thinking for the future. He might never stay that long, but it's 160k. It's worth the risk, I think. If he wasn't a goalkeeper, I wouldn't have done it. But he's a goalkeeper, so we'll do it. What is happening? Who's Zambrano? Who are you? Did we bring you in this season as well? Oh, yeah, we did bring him in. To be fair, we've already got a centre-back, so I don't know if we're actually... Yeah, he's only in League One. Who won him? He's League One. You're in League One. That sounds perfectly fine to me. Yep, he can go out. Is he actually going to become homegrown? I'd rather just keep him then. No, because we need homegrown players for the future. We'll keep him. You're seeing very much behind the scenes here, and this is really dragging on. I don't think it's going to happen, so we'll probably just look at it next episode. Unless after this continue, he comes in as ready to join, then we will. We'll just look at him next episode. Is it this one? You know what? I'll just show him because I'm pretty sure he's coming in. I'm pretty. He might not come in. I'm pretty sure he is. Sorin Nagy. I'll call him Nagy, like Hadji, who's also Romanian, I think. 20-year-old Romanian centre-back, captain internationally. He's playing in Romania. He's shown as a good championship player, had a release clause of 2.9 million. Seemed like a good deal. He's been playing regularly in Romania for the last year. Didn't play very well the first game of this episode, of this season, but it doesn't matter. We're bringing him in to be third choice. So, yeah, youngster, potential, 5'11", didn't notice that. Kind of wishing I hadn't signed him now, but I guess it can be a ball-winning midfielder. Oh, I didn't realise he was only 5'11". His jumping reach is 13. It's not the worst, so at least he can jump a little bit. Anyway, I might have messed that up there because I didn't realise he was only 5'11". Oh, a centre-back who's 5'11". What year are we in? Anyway, how tall is Zambrano? Is it Zambrano? Yeah, it is Zambrano. He's 6 foot. But his jumping reach is 10, so it's actually, you know what, it's actually only based on jumping reach anyway, so that's actually worse, to be honest with you. How are you progressing? We've got a couple of youngsters, who've got a bit of potential, so there you go. But anyway, we've been really rambling this episode, so I'm just gonna leave it there. When we come back, we'll play a whole lot of games, and I think we'll come back for... Honestly, I want to get on with the seasons because we'll come back for Leeds Blackburn. We will play a lot of games because I want to get through the seasons now because we are very much, like I keep saying, Football Manager 25 is around the corner. So we want to at least get to the Premier League in North to Prem this year. I know it's the usual objective is to win the Premier League, but we are on a bit of a time constraint with us starting this series so late in the Football Manager calendar year. But thankfully, with the delay, we might actually get time to at least get in the Premier League. So we'll come back for Leeds Blackburn. So we'll play a lot of games off camera. And we'll see. We'll come back. We'll see how we get on, and we'll see just about where we are. Kind of like a third of the way through the season checkup kind of thing. So, hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all for the next episode of North to Prem very soon.